Nah, yeah, they do be listening. This shit crazy.
And you can't turn it off. That's the fucked up part about it.
I actually seen something that said it wasn't them actually listening, but it's just the algorithm. They know if you're around somebody who Google shit, they be doing like proximity shit.
My dog went live and Newton said, "Fuck it, I'll
I'm
stand
just
up.
gonna stand up and leave.
Oh,
Fuck it, I'll leave now."
my bad. I had to charge my phone. I'm on 1%.
iPhone shit.
Man, chill out, bro. Chill out. Put it on the TV
Oh shoot, I ain't even
or
realize it was right
FaceTime.
there.
Say it again.
I said FaceTime. You can't.
You said put it on the TV or
Yeah,
FaceTime.
you can't do the airplane.
Oh, you talking about, bro? We fucking already proved you wrong.
Hey, Newton, not Newton. So it's already on the TV.
Oh, okay. He threw me off. Oh,
Yeah,
you're
he-
still saying that the Androids can't do that?
Bro, hey, these
Bro, Android been doing everything that iPhone can do, like before iPhone could do it. We ain't about to keep
especially holding a fucking charge. Fact or fiction?
You know, you want to know why Androids hold charges so well?
What?
Because ain't nobody got them goddamn chargers.
You
walk,
say 'cause
you
ain't
walking,
nobody-
walking to the. Everybody got an iPhone.
Didn't
charger.
they just change
Right.
iPhone to USB-C? I
Them
can
niggas-
swear they just changed it to USB-C
Hey,
because iPhone
don't
on their
worry
fuck
about it.
shit.
It's
They don't
okay.
be doing no
It's okay.
research.
It's okay. It's okay.
Hey, them
The
boys.
popular guys.
Them
They
boys,
using
them
Samsung
boys
glass, got to switch to the USB-C
Hey,
charger.
it's
They still
okay.
think
It's
iPhone
okay.
better.
Them boys went 181 this season, man. We ain't tripping, man. We ain't tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that went over
You
my
see, you
head.
hear how excited they get when they get a
They
win?
got one. You know, I'll give them one.
When they be the
I
main
thought my
one
phone,
talking,
I thought my phone been winning, but hey,
and then they be the main one talking, and then now we get a win and we're excited.
Oh no, y'all started yelling.
That's funny, bro.
Did you see the charging port? We switched to it.
That's
They
what we
switched.
did.
no, y'all switched to it.
It's
We
the,
switched
it's
to
the
y'all.
Android charger.
iPhone switched to Android chargers.
No,
iPhone switched
hey,
to USB-C.
it's
I'm
okay.
trying
We
to let
can
y'all know.
charge
It's
our
okay.
phone around people now.
It's okay.
Like, yeah, it's the
Yeah,
same charger.
These
specialty
niggas, hey,
chargers,
watch
specialty
me.
text
Hey, you know the
messaging.
funny
You feel
thing?
like it's
When,
exclusive.
when
The
you ever,
Xbox controller with
hey,
the charger.
when you ever had, when you ever went to somebody's house and didn't need a block?
Oh my god!
You need a block every time you go to a nigga
Like the
house, bro.
block?
Anybody got a
Oh.
block every time?
Wait, when you say block, are you talking about like the actual block, or you talking
Lord
about
have
like the
mercy.
cord?
How many blocks is it?
How many? My thing is, how many blocks are a
Wait,
cord?
so I'm asking that because of wait. So you telling me y'all chargers still come fully attached?
All right, bro.
Talk about.
They be using
Come
that.
on,
All right,
man.
man.
Get
Let-
out of here,
let-
bro.
They be
next
using that
Get outta
cord
here,
charger.
bro.
let's go. Let's go
Like,
to the.
I be putting my
yeah,
my iPhone in
let's-
the Android charger. Be blocked.
Let's come on,
Like,
bro.
what the block got to do with it?
All right,
Let's see, man.
what we got,
on
man?
here?
How y'all fellas doing,
Yeah,
man?
that's all. Like, we didn't really open up the show. Johnny, get on your job, man. Come on.
It's the pre-show. This ain't the regular
You're still
one.
supposed to be hosting, man.
This the-
You're
this
still
the-
supposed
this
to be
the
like, what's
pre-show.
up, people? Matter of fact, you know, I'm your host, Johnny P. No.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. We got deliveries, but now welcome to Fuck It, We'll Do It Live. I hope I can say that. I just said it.
I think the algorithm doesn't want you to curse in the first.
F it, we'll do it live.
Oh, like how we talk about them ooze.
Talk about what?
Ooze.
The university.
Oh,
the hurricane.
the hurricane.
The hurricanes. Yeah, you gotta adjust it a little bit. But yeah, welcome back, fellas. Welcome back to the fans. You know, we got hope we get a couple people in there, drop some suggestions,
Yeah, some
music.
comments.
Hey, yeah, please drop some comments if y'all watching the show.
Please,
Give us
please.
hey, drop some comments. We want to see what y'all got.
Yeah, this week was a little dry, so yeah, we could use some additional topics from you all. Greatly appreciated.
Uh, shoot, man, I can start this one off today. I'm gonna go ahead and start it off hot.
Let's do let's check in first, cause we don't check in on the show no more.
All right.
So what's been good with y'all brothers? How y'all week?
Boy, that plate look good over there, Quint.
Oh yeah,
Thank
sounds
He's
good
smacking
too.
the shit out of it though. I'm
Like-
talking smack. I'm talking about
I was
smack.
trying to turn my face.
You brought some for everybody.
Nah, not this time. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm post up my week, I guess. How was this week? This week was cool. I had Friday off. I had Monday off, so elongated week. I'm actually gonna have tomorrow off too. Today, I'm going to shout out to everybody. She's on my shirt. I'm wearing my baby for a reason. I had to tell Taj I'm stepping out tonight. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go see my other baby.
Oh, you better be Kiki Palmer.
Yeah. Hopefully
Uh-oh.
Erykah Badu, she'll
Uh-oh.
Kiki Palmer me.
I say I'm trying to get Kiki.
Yeah.
She'll Kiki Palmer me.
Yeah, I hope so. You know what I mean?
I hope
I'm
so.
bottom row.
That would be
So
fire.
I'm close enough. I'm shoot my shot. See if she catch one of my kisses or something.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to the we're going to the Badu show. I think it'll be fun. I seen some clips of her set. It looks really fire. I think this might be like my third time going to see Badu, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but yeah, that's what I got going.
My shit was alright. I had a family reunion this weekend, so
that's
yeah,
what's
I was down there with them yesterday.
We all headed it.
It was down at Rock Hill. It
Okay.
was at Manchester Meadows, little park.
Mm.
No, it was straight though.
Who fried the fish?
I ain't with my cousins. So I ain't really, I ain't really step out. I showed up a little late.
That's
Was
it.
out with some of the cousins Friday night, so I showed up a little late. But no, that was straight. Met a bunch of people. I knew most of the people, but there was a few I ain't know. And seen a bunch of people I ain't seen in a while. Chopped it up, so that was pretty straight. Work was, work, everything, just
Hit niggas over the head.
copacetic. Nah, not this week. Not this week. Shoot, it was in my pocket this week.
Mm.
It was in my pocket.
Sometimes you have to wear it.
Yeah, get it done. Get it done. But nah, I'm straight.
Yeah, my week. I ain't gonna say it was trash, but it was some garbage juice left on that motherfucker though. Yeah. Oh, and then what we was going over earlier. So like, I realized like the one thing that I ain't gonna say the one thing. It's hard to find another thing. I say maybe top two reasons why I like the internet or social media. As I was talking about earlier, is like generally what I do when I wake up and it's not a good day. I dress the way I want to feel. You know what I mean? So I put some shit on. When in the mornings you just wake up,
Put that shit on.
you gotta put that shit on sometime. And since I changed my sector, I don't be putting my shit on regularly like I used to. So I was like, I ain't did it in a minute. Let me put my shit on, and it didn't work. You know what I mean? And so I was like, damn. You know what I mean? Like it's still that day went. It was like 2 days back to back with some shit, and I was like, damn. And the thing is, though, I was like, man, maybe you should start like waking up a little even earlier so that you can kind of intentionally find funny things to look at online,
Nah, that
just to
shit
change your day and change that or trajectory. You know what I mean? To being a more positive, like, cause you can get those just laying in the bed, not even getting out the bed. You just laying in the bed
Oh, so
and just doggone go through them videos and make sure them real tears come out. You know what I mean? While you laughing at them Jones, and then get up, take that shower in. You know what I mean? It helped me. You know what I mean? So I think that was
that's
something
what
I
it's for.
learned to readjust my.
That's exactly what it's for. That's how you're supposed to use it.
Mm.
It's a tool. It's not end all be all. There's life outside of it, but there's different informational videos, the funny shit. Shit that can affect your mood. So I mean, that's a healthy way to use it for sure.
Tone, how was your week, bro?
It was a week, man. The thing about having your own business, you got to depend on other people and like paying their bills on time and everything. And yeah, it get frustrating sometimes, but I'm making it through. Ain't responding the same way I normally do. I'm doing okay. Still blessed. Things still going okay. Learn to keep a better head on my shoulder at all times. Even minded. Yeah,
That's
man.
what's up.
Yeah, so we gonna get into these video clips.
What we got?
Yeah.
Boy, look at her. Every time you click
Erica
that
Lachey,
tab,
yeah, her sex. So yeah,
sheesh.
yeah. I'm gonna start it off kind of hot today.
That's his feminine.
In relationships are treating their women like men used to treat us back in the day, because the men don't treat us that way anymore. These stud women are making y'all look bad. All you heterosexual males out there, these stud females in these lesbian relationships are taking care of their women. And for those that's gonna come on here and try to troll, talking about some, well, you must be gay or you should just go be with a stud. That's exactly what y'all do. Y'all all so defensive instead of getting your shit together. But I really believe that it's what's in the food that's changing these men's DNA. You. By next year, a lot of you men are gonna be growing breasts. You're gonna be having full
Next
C
year.
cups. You're gonna be having full C cups.
Johnny,
Y'all
you gonna have
already act
titties
like
next year.
females. Y'all already want princess treatment. You nag and complain. You know, studs in these lesbian relationships.
Yeah, she had a part too, but I ain't care about. I just want to say that one part at the beginning. The stud's about to take over our relationships, bro. Like, what y'all think?
Uh,
I mean, she say, I mean, I can't even defend the fellas because that's what we always do. So I don't even. I'm like, just sound like she just wanted to get her shit off.
She hit you with the catch-22 if you defend it.
Right. She murdered that. My thing is too. I mean, at the end of the day, I have seen some studs out here that in public they look like they winning. I don't know what it. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about the. Let's say
You said they
the
look like they what?
the winning, the
Oh.
appearance of their partners tend to, but from what I've seen, not going in the hood. Don't go in the hood and look at they shit. I'm talking about when you go, it be rough in the hood.
Hey, I got a quick
That'd be
question.
different. But I'm
Whatever.
talking about when you go out to like go in, you know what I mean, in Target and see what she's walking with. You know what I mean? Go down to Plaza Midwood and see what she's walking with. You know what I mean? They be having some pretty nice Johns, appearance wise. What you had?
Hey, how often you see studs in public?
All the time. All the time. I will be honest. I will be honest. I will be honest though. Me and Tone went into Target the other day, and I made it intentional just to see if I would find one, and I didn't. I didn't see, but it was like during the midday on like a weekday and shit. But yeah, we found her in found them in the Food Line.
Food line.
Yeah,
Hey,
she was in Food Line.
just one.
Yeah, it was just one. The
group.
population was pretty low. It was like I said, it was in the weekday. It was just one, and she was bagging the groceries.
I like that you did some field research for that.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
good.
Yeah, I would keep it a blade. Like if I think of it, then I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what I think. But yeah, back to Shorty. What did y'all think? She said that the studs are killing us in the relationship. We become women, nagging, and what do you think?
We about to have breasts next.
The breast next year, bro.
Oh, and it's the food. I don't have like a real opinion about that. Because I don't think that she said anything of substance or validity. Yeah, I don't. Because of like with studs, they have like the highest level of domestic abuse.
I was about to say.
It's like that's not a perfect relationship. Like you're just saying shit.
You know the thing that I realized too, because I've had a conversation with Tone about this recently. I've not seen a long term one, like years together. Generally, like you said, they have the most abusive, verbally and physically abusive that I've seen. I witnessed the physical abuse myself. As a matter of fact, the stud was getting paws put on her ass because her girlfriend was bigger than her. She was putting paws on her ass too. But
Hey.
anyway, yeah.
She had to.
Yeah, it was crazy because the stud, she was real small. You know what I mean? She was real small, probably about a buck 15. Her girlfriend was about 2.
Yeah.
220, putting paws on her ass in the kitchen while we
Took
was
that
sitting
strap
in there.
off and became a woman again.
Hey, she was putting paws, and then she still wouldn't hit her though. She was like, you know what I mean, getting served though, getting served.
She had, some
Biscuits and
principles she was standing on.
yeah, she was standing on them. She
I
went
ain't gonna
to sleep
front.
on them
I done
motherfuckers.
learned.
Praise man principles. That's
I ain't
what's
gonna
up.
front. I done learned some stuff from some studs, but not no being in a relationship necessarily, like a long
When you
term
say you learned some
relationship.
stuff.
I've learned some stuff. Okay, so like
Please.
I'm gonna expand. I'm gonna expand.
Expound. Let's go.
Elaborate.
I'm gonna expound.
She was teaching Tone how to be a man, bro.
Nah, hell no.
Like, hey, bro, you just hit this button 5 times.
Nah, no. What I say though, hey. Hey,
Look, we might wear this one down. we
We
might
ain't
wear
say
it.
nothing. We ain't say
Cut it
nothing
up.
crazy.
Hey, ain't nothing been said crazy. But I will say though, like
So how that stud taught you how to be a man?
nah, I ain't say she taught me how to be no man. Don't put no words in my mouth. Hey, nah, studs. One of the things I've been paying attention to. They know what they want to see a dude wear, so they know how to dress. They
You
know
think
because
so?
they know what they want to see a dude wear. So they be just emulating what they want to see a man wear. So I think you can learn some stuff in that aspect.
I'm gonna sit out. Go ahead.
I think they
Hey.
dress like stereotypes usually.
Hey, hey, but some of it look good. I ain't gonna sit there and flex like it don't look good.
Yeah, but go ahead. What else you learned
Okay,
from
the
her?
other thing, I did see this stud one time. I seen her how she pulled this girl or whatever. Hey, I thought that was pretty genius.
What she do?
Hey, it was just she was very persistent. I say that. Whereas like
That shit don't work.
I was about to say that shit did not
That
work.
don't work for us.
Nah.
But I'm
Hey,
saying
Aaliyah was
persistent, though.
bullshitting when she said dust it off and try
Hey,
again.
hey,
She
this
wants
the
you
thing
out
though.
her
Even
damn
when
face.
even when the girl was telling her she was ugly and she would be sitting there like pretty much. It started off she was looking at her like ugly. We was at work together, so she'd just come through, buy snacks at work, do stuff like that.
Talking about simping.
That's how you get
Hey,
paid.
gradually over time.
That's how you,
So
I ain't
the
gonna get a
thug
case
get
of
away
buying
with the
snacks.
simping shit, bro.
But Tone learned that. From him. That's
Hey,
crazy.
nah, y'all hating on
Tone
that.
don't do that. All right?
Yeah, that's not the goal, bro.
Hey, nah,
you don't go about it that way.
Being persistent if you like a girl, I think is good. It's
That
a
could
such
be.
thing as persistent and doggone trying to be rapey or being a creep. It's a difference.
No, I could agree to that. I think that it's possible that persistence pays off.
you have to read the room though.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
like we was at work and she
I
was
ain't
buying the
got
girl.
that
hey,
before you.
that's
I
why I
ain't gonna
said
lie.
it's possible. I'm not gonna be
I
able
don't
to
think
do
I
it.
ever tried to be persistent.
Yeah, it's that chasing shit is out. Like the thing is, if you gotta chase it, bro, I would assume that she doesn't see your value. So
I
that's
don't
the
think
reason that
chasing,
you're
but
chasing.
but I do think there
Maybe
is
I
a
left some
level
pussy
of.
on the table. Damn.
Hey, I do think there is a
We
level.
ain't
all right.
patient.
We all laugh. We all
Hey,
have.
if she turn you
Trying to
down
climb
on the
out
first time though, they
Trying to
kind of
climb out the
doggone.
friend zone, bro. Being that motherfucker.
Nah,
Did you say you trying to climb out
Nah.
the friend zone?
No, that's what happened to you.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
being
yeah.
persistent. Yeah.
I ain't
Nah,
never been
no.
looking for no friends.
You gotta laugh at their jokes and shit. You gotta find out what they like and be sweet. Why?
Oh,
If she like you,
Why?
if she like you, you could do
I can't believe you
bare
did that to
minimum.
you.
Hey,
babe.
being
Yeah,
persistent
this
is one
nigga
thing.
stupid.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you the truth though. When y'all talk to a woman, y'all don't think about like how easy it is for you to talk to her. Like in the back of your mind, if I get with her and somebody else try to holler, this how easy it's gonna be for them.
Nah, it depends on. See, that's the thing. It depends on
dep-
what your value stand, what you value, where your value lies.
Okay, so if somebody come along with the same value you got.
Man, you know what I mean? It ain't that easy though. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just
it
saying,
ain't that easy.
that's
If
not
we
the case.
did, if we
somebody come
did,
along with the same value.
I mean, at the end of the day, if it depends. You're saying after I've gotten her, she's being entertained by another dude.
Yeah, based off of how easy it was for you to talk to her.
Mm,
Like you come talking to her the
I can
first time,
see- I can see your
that's
point.
what I'm saying. Like
what's
That's
I
his
don't
point.
I
His
don't
point is pretty, but I don't
but
believe
it's-
that
are
doesn't
you-
mean anything once you have her. That
about-
doesn't mean that she's going to allow someone to
Now he's talking
get her
about if
attention
she
like
just
that.
get hollered at. Like,
Yeah, no,
How
that's what I'm
easy-
saying.
how
I
easy-
understand what he's the
right,
question that he's posing.
but like the big thing that's missing inside that conversation is that like at that moment she's single. So like if you see yourself as a person of value and a person of value or your equal value hollers at her when she's single, of course she's going to talk to that person.
Right.
But if she's a person of character, if she's in a relationship, like she should
Doesn't
only
entertain
like
at all.
it's completely like it's a different scope. I think that we would all lie if we say that a woman or a man, like either way, whether you're talking about man or woman, if a person an attractive woman hollers at me right now, I'm not gonna like take the bait. But if I'm single, I'm taking that bait.
Right.
Because it's an attractive woman that probably has some values that have. That in relationship, out of relationship switch is huge.
Right. For sure. For sure. That's definitely that's
I
what
still,
yeah,
I
was
still
saying
think
something.
it's a level to how easy you get them can dog.
No, I think it's a level. It's just something that's like how easy you drop. I think that's a thing.
Definitely.
I think
That's
that how
more of a-
easy you
that's more
drop
telling.
is one of those tell signs because you probably
Yeah.
been getting dropped off prior to,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you can't see where persistence come in there. Just
Nah.
saying.
No, because if
Yeah.
it's not persistent, because she's already what do you call it, like
Man, niggas is persistent about getting the pussy all the time, bro.
I ain't never been that.
But I
person.
mean, no, I'm talking about you. What it is a mutual kind of understanding. If we're going on dates and things, then there's a mutual understanding
you
that
talking
we're
about
both
courting?
entertained. Yeah, if I'm courting
Yeah.
her, then it should be a level of, you know what I mean, that we both are
You
in
working.
It. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're working towards something.
And
Possibly.
if I'm being like, my game is always that I'm not presenting sex first.
For sure. Mine always.
And so like I'm never really like chasing the pussy, kind of like will fall into me. more than anything,
You
and
still
like
being
the thirsty
Hey,
persistent
girl.
and that's
talking.
that's a
I ain't
hint for you
chasing
guys.
the
I
pussy
mean,
is
some
different.
game. That's some game for you, bro. Do not be out here looking. You don't go and have pussy as the main objective.
Hmm.
You know what I
Well,
mean? That's
you tend to like
if
look a lot more thirsty. But I guess statistically, if you chase pussy more, you'll fuck more, but you get turned down a lot more.
and
Um,
you probably get lower quality.
yes.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I don't think being persistent and chasing pussy is the same thing, but you know,
No. The thing is if you're talking
well, you
about
use the
courting,
word pussy. That's the only reason why we
if
went
you're
there.
talking about courting a woman, but you're talking, or are you saying like she gives you like the, you know what I mean? She dish you on the first joint, then you come back the next day and try again.
like, or you come back another time. I ain't saying like every single day you got to be trying, but yeah, you got to go talk sometimes more than once to really get her attention.
Oh yeah, but if you saying like just talking, I mean that's
Yeah,
just
that's what I'm talking about,
conversation.
being persistent. Like, dog gonna keep put like
Yeah,
that's
but
what
if
I was
you
talking about.
don't
The
get,
girl
it's
didn't
no
get
need.
hit
What
when
I'm,
she was being persistent. That
what
I
I'm
was
saying
talking
is
about.
that it's no need to get denied, and then like you've actually gotten the stamp of denial, and then double back.
Yeah, trying to refigure it
Yeah,
out.
nah, I ain't gonna be
Well,
able
I'm
to
gonna put
do
on
it.
my good clothes this
Right,
time.
and see if this change your mind.
Hey, nah, I don't think that's the case.
Maybe I
But
could. No.
I'm gonna wear my
hey,
back in
y'all,
the day. It's like I'm gonna wear my hat like this to the side and get it to catch this side of me.
Yeah,
hey, y'all leave it in the comments what y'all think on
I'm
that.
gonna go with the ball fade instead
Yeah.
of the temp fade this time.
She just
Nah.
she ain't smelt my good cologne.
Right,
I would
right.
just walk by.
Yeah, I
Hey,
just had that
y'all
Bath
leave
and
it in the
Body Works.
comments. Is being persistent being a simp? That's what we want to know. Is being persistent and being a simp the same thing? I don't think they're the same. But we gonna go to the next topic, man.
Man, that could have been a show topic right there.
Could have been. Could have been.
Hey, maybe we'll say. I see Erica Lachey sitting up here, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on her.
Gotta
Son of
click
Q.
her, bro.
Yeah, got to. She always saying some good stuff.
She be squaring shit away too.
For people to believe that they don't need nobody. I get that social media has given everybody main character syndrome, so we treat everyone else like extras, but that significantly diminishes the power and the beauty of relationships with people. Like, when was the last time you told somebody that you needed them? Like, can you even fix your mouth to tell somebody that you need them? Can you? To admit that you need other people, it doesn't make you weak. On the contrary, it shows that you're very intelligent and you have enough foresight to understand that you can't do this alone. Black men, I'm not afraid to admit that I need y'all. Like, I need y'all the way I need oxygen. And black women, I need y'all too. I need us like I need water. I'm not afraid to admit it because I know I can't do this on my own. And even if I could do it on my own, I wouldn't want to. I posted something that said, get you some friends that don't encourage your nonsense. Because my friends, my homegirls, they do not encourage my nonsense. And some of the people in the comments were saying, you know, the real flex is when you tired of your own mess, which is true. But at the same time, other people can often see you better than you see yourself. Let's be really real. Loneliness is an epidemic that nobody wants to talk about, and the effects that it has on your mind is worse than drugs. So let's get rid of this independence, I don't need nobody idea, and go tell somebody that you know that you need, that you actually need them. I just
She be got dang on. See that what I
Erica
That's
Lachey,
some
bro.
bars.
sheesh.
There was
Bars.
some bars in there.
Yeah, no, I
Bars.
thought she had a lot of great points.
Yeah, and it's crazy that people like, and of course, the Western society, we are very, very self-centered. The thing is that as people, do you know that like they say going into solitary confinement, you go into solitary confinement, that shit can make you drive you insane.
Psychosis and shit.
Yeah, like it's crazy that what did you nigga over here smirking? You alright?
Oh no, I just want you to pull it up in a second. But I
Okay.
just sent you.
But yeah, the thing is like, and I don't know if they say that the human is the most we're more like dolphins. You know how they at least this is something that I heard. They said that like they always said like we're the closest to monkeys, primates, but they
Well, I
were
think
saying that we're
dolphins are the
closest
most
to dolphins. They would say we're closest to dolphins because of the fact that dolphins have actual interactional relationships.
Like-
They'll actually have sex for fun.
Feelings and shit.
And,
But I
and
think
they
they
are
also
actually
have language as well.
and they, I was just about to say that they actually have a way in which they communicate. It's not, I guess you would say, verbally to one another, and they understand they're like the one. Well, I won't say the one, but you can see that they know that they like to be around each other. There's like something that is innate that we just like people. We have to have other people around us. We have to. It's literally we need each other. People always try to act like it's just stupid, bro. I think that our culture, as far as this, I'm the boss and all this. This shit is counterproductive to everything. All of that shit, all of that is about me and my growth, and I think that shit's counterproductive because at the end of the day, what are you? You're only as strong as your weakest link, regardless.
Yeah, just pay attention to the memes that she or he is posting. The ones that saying the universe got my back. Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Huh?
What are you paying attention
Oh, that
to?
mean that they about to be on some selfish shit. Like they about to do something, and then be like, "Well, it ain't really my fault." Like you know what I mean? Like one of them ones. The ones that. Never mind. I ain't gonna
Nah,
like get
I
into
need
like
you to
bragging.
elaborate so I can make sure I'm on the same page with you.
Of what? Oh, all right. So what I'm
I
speaking.
haven't heard the universe got my back thing. I haven't heard that one before.
Oh yeah. But it's kind of like the lack of accountability people and like the things that they will quote and say that just looking at the things that people post a lot of times you can see where their mindset is at like if they're into actually taking full accountability of their actions or kind of brushing shit off XYZ. That's pretty much all I'm saying.
Okay. And the villain playing the victim.
Yeah. Or just the villain being a super villain. All right, hold on. So let's get a good little laugh in. I think that maybe y'all find this one funny. I had to screenshot this because I couldn't find the actual source. I think it was on somebody's story. So yeah, play it real quick.
Want to join a fraternity, is that correct? You want to shake ass like me and inconvenience everybody in the club with a bunch of sweaty men? Good. It's hazing time. Pull them pants down, buddy.
What?
We're about to burn some little letters into you like you're livestock, do you hear me? Then you're gonna run around campus butt ass, but trust me, we all did it. It'll make us closer, brother.
Only a fool.
Damn, I missed the very beginning part too. Because he came in doing his little a little stroll dance and shit.
Oh, he was doing the Kappa shit. Hey, I can't even front, bro. You didn't pledge it, did you?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't think it wasn't cool to me. Just seeing them niggas bring out the wood. And it was crazy because it was for me it was the drum line that they was trying to get me to pledge when I went to
I did pledge the drum line.
See, but the way that first off they was trash. The drum line was trash. So that was automatically not gonna be something that I was gonna be, you know what I mean? And I'm not going and these niggas already breaking out the wood. Well, first off, I'm not joining because you trash. And then you definitely deterred me because you trash and y'all niggas spanking each other on the ass with the paddle. So I'm gonna sit out, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't see what the reason was. I didn't get it.
Gotcha. Well, no, all right. So, I think that was funny because just a couple different reasons. One, I feel like we've all been at the party. It could be a house party, and like some of your favorite songs be co-opted by the Greeks, and they got why you want to have a step to back that ass up? We all trying to get behind somebody,
Yeah.
and y'all coming through the line, breaking up my grind session right now.
Yeah, nah,
You know what I
ain't
mean?
had that, but I
It
can
was a
see
bunch
it.
of those songs, but yeah, I thought it was funny. I think you posed the first question, like if it was cool or not. Like I ain't seen anything wrong with like Greek life, the fraternity boys at like at school and shit like that. They had their own different little niche. I think especially just HBCU culture, is big. And it has like real valid roots to it. But there is also just hilarity to it as well. Where
Yeah, no, I wasn't speaking of
like
like
when
the,
niggas be in the tank tops. If you done been to the to like them any of them Q events, then them motherfuckers just be hot, sweaty, and all over the goddamn place. You be like, bruh.
With them big ass, with them backpacks and shit on.
Yeah,
and the
you just be
camo
like,
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about. I was talking about specifically that drumline shit they was trying to get me to do. But I could say like even like the alphas look, the niggas was well put together at the school I went to, HBCU I went to, well put together. Niggas always had the hard bottoms on. The Sigmas was the same way. They always came through. You know what I mean? Dressed. You know what I mean? So that was enticing to me. But as far as the drumline, hell no, that shit was out.
I always looked at this shit as like politics, like, and I saw like even back in the day what some people would do.
Wait, your dad is a Q, right?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
I didn't
yeah,
know that.
but yeah. My dad he was at HBCU,
Yeah.
so he was at state. So, uh, to me, when I was at USC, so when I saw like how some people was acting like before they got the letters, and then after they got the letters, oh now you cool.
Yeah.
Now you a cool guy because somebody done put some letters on you. And I always peeped that, and I ain't never want to like.
That rise in clout.
Yeah, that definitely seems
Yeah,
like a thing. That
that's the
definitely
shit I
seems
ain't
like a
really
thing.
like fuck with because
Yeah.
it's just like it's politics. Like y'all boys ain't cool. Y'all just put some colors together, and now you gonna act like you something. Like I ain't
Now they
never.
clouded, bro. You respect they clout.
I ain't gonna
Yeah.
flex. When I
Yeah,
did
not if
Alpha,
they
that
had
was
to
one
do
of the
that
things.
shit. They ain't getting there spanking each other to
Yeah,
be cool
yeah.
and shit.
They can
And
do whatever they want. They clouded.
Hey, that's cool. You ain't gonna spank me.
Them letters come with groupies.
Yeah, and that's another thing too.
I mean, okay, hey, you ain't.
That's funny that the women are attracted to the dudes that been getting spanked on their ass, fucking going through all of that
They be
extra
getting
shit.
spanked on their ass too.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm
it's
talking
also
about.
true.
No, I'm talking. Well, you talking about the sorority chicks? It's still the same. I don't
Bro,
know.
why wouldn't the regular chicks want the dudes that the sorority chicks want?
Okay, cause y'all all cool niggas.
Hey, I didn't do it for that though. Like, but I ain't gonna get into that conversation. I don't even want to talk about that.
I was gonna say they
I
spanked
was,
you, Toe.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah, I got my ass whooped. I pledge. I got my ass whooped.
Allegedly.
Ain't no allegedly. I
All
pledge.
right, you can put this on the internet if you want to. All right. I'm just trying to keep like what I mean, trying to have your back, my boy.
Nah,
All right, you want to
the
put your words out
details of
there.
what happened.
Oh, I think it
there is what
already. Yeah,
happened,
they
but
had to
yeah,
wear the L already on
yeah,
that one.
we already wore the L. We got kicked off the yard and everything. I pledge. They know that.
Oh, I always thought that they'd be like, blank five blank is a non-hazing organization,
Oh
and
yeah.
this stuff is a myth, and da 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 da. I thought you was gonna keep that
Oh
thing up
nah,
for the
now
pod.
it is a non-hazing
He
organization
being
because
transparent.
nah, now it
He
is a
doing it
non-hazing
real.
organization because you a dog gonna get. And matter of fact, it's always been a non-hazing. It's a difference between hazing and pledging.
Okay.
But yeah,
Okay.
even
There
now
we go.
nowadays it's a
There
$1
we
million
go. There
fine.
we go.
Oh.
Nowadays it's a $1 million fine. So either way, it ain't going down. But yeah,
$1 million. Man,
yeah, it's a $1 million
I'm
fine
gonna
for
just
that
be
shit
quiet.
to you and you individually. Ain't nobody hazing nowadays. Well, you shouldn't be. I wouldn't be. Let's go here.
You
They
playing the word
talking
game.
like that, they ain't got nothing good coming to them. I done wash my hands. Any child who that disrespectful, them words come out your mouth, my other children would never. Any child with that much disrespect come out your mouth, you will never have good luck, baby. I just blessed the lady. Man, that lady prayed for me to come here, dog. Man, that's crazy. When all the other restaurants was closed, man, that's God, bro. Man, God don't play, bro. I'm telling you. All you gotta do is call on him and believe in him. You're coming. Had to give her $700 tip, dog. Had to, bro. It's hot in that. Lord Jesus Christ. I don't want to talk about that, man. It's over with. I said what I said. I told no lies, bro. A child with a mouth like that would never get a blessing. That to a daddy who been here the whole way. I ain't talking about the whole way. The whole way. You'll never have no good luck. That shows the character of a mother. How could a mother let a child talk like that to a father? That shows the character of a mother. That's the same woman, bro. Any child with who disrespect.
Uh,
I wonder what she said. I ain't.
okay, so apparently it's in here in the caption. It says, Boosie responds to his 16-year-old daughter saying he isn't her father anymore after he bought her 80K Benz that was a color she don't even like and took it back after her mother filed for child support. Thoughts? So I
That's
know the whole
crazy.
thing was about the child support.
Yeah.
The mother filed for child support. It's a couple of things there. I want to take this one real quick. It's a couple of things there on that video. Okay, for one, we all know who Boosie was growing up. We know what Boosie was doing. Boosie was rapping about. We know what Boosie was doing. the woman, this is another thing, and I hate hearing this, but people always say you got to be careful with the person you have children with, and they tell you this after the fact and everything, like long after the fact. Your child 16, and they tell me, yeah, you got to watch who you have kids with. I still got to raise this child, but at the end of the day, he did choose that woman that he had. Like, it's no surprise what type of woman that she is that would raise a daughter like this. The other thing is when it comes to like spoiling your kids and raising them the way. Now I do feel bad that his daughter talked to him that way. I do feel she was in the wrong, and I would like to hear what she said, but I do feel she was in the wrong for even coming at him that way because we know Boosie take care of his kids.
Well, I don't know. You saying a
bro,
lot. I don't know none of this stuff.
I
don't know
believe, we've been watching Boosie for years, and one thing that I know about Lil Boosie, and I mean, like, it's a lot of shit he done did, but Boosie take care of his kids. That's
from what
we
I've seen.
constantly have seen him with his kids, and like he take care of his kids. So
Yeah, when you said it was an $80,000 car, is that what that
yeah, he
said?
bought an $80,000 Benz, and I seen the car and everything. Like it was a nice car and everything. He ain't wrong, but you know, it's one of them things that's like sad situation. Really, a sad situation, but decisions. That's what happens.
Yeah, that's rough. I couldn't imagine. And then see, bro, that's the thing, and there's a fine line. I think that our generation is gonna see a lot. We're gonna learn a lot from the things that the outcome that our kids, the outcomes of our kids, because we've actually, I think we've attacked this thing in a different way than we've seen at mass previously with the level of giving and the spoiledness. I think that kids now are definitely much more entitled and spoiled than they were when we were growing up. We lived in lack more. So it wasn't a level we didn't entitle. You was entitled to a plate at the end of the night, but you know.
Do you think that's because we're in different socioeconomic levels?
No, that is the reasoning. But I'm saying I think that it's still going to have we're going to see what the outcome of this is. What the outcomes of our children.
Johnny
is.
grew up middle class.
Yeah, but Johnny didn't grow up middle class in today's climate with social media and the posting of all of the stuff and then the posting of the gifts under the Christmas tree and all of this stuff that goes along with the sport.
I don't think spoiledness makes you like. I don't think that's what this is. I think this is, and like he said it's the character of the mother. I think it's like we even talking about like degenerates choosing, degenerates, and it just show like you you sleep in the bed you make, and so if back then that's the type of person that you were attracted to, you were, interested in, and then it's like those characteristics are gonna get passed down. So it's like it's no wonder that that person who come from this person who probably feels the same way. The mother probably has a lot of the same, motivations. And a lot of issues the daughter's talking about. It just, you gotta be careful, and it's about you gotta choose the people that you deal with based on the right criteria.
One thing I can say to that too is that I've seen, and I know many men have seen a difference in their girlfriend versus their baby moms. It's a different. Once you give power and leverage to a person, you can find a whole different person than you thought you knew. You can sit there and I done heard a whole bunch of women say like, I ain't never gone this and I ain't never gone that, and end up being that exact same person that they said they would never be in their life. So it's not a way. I understand that there's a vetting process and you can do the best that you can to try and, weed out that thing. But over time, the only thing constant is change, person mentality change. You add you know what I mean? You add this additional layer, you know what I mean? There's no way to predict how that's gonna go. You know what I mean? I done seen it many times. I know brothers close to me that, I would never do that. If all you gotta do is take care of your kids and you ain't gotta worry about child support. Nigga sitting there doing everything that he can for the kids more than the other dudes around him, and still because of the fact that she feels a way or is trying to make you feel a way. It could be anything. So there's no way to be 100%. But I do agree with a statement of like, especially when you hear when mothers talk away about the father around the kids. That's something that I think is really that shouldn't. Yeah, just hearing that, you know what I mean, and then think about how you talking about from whenever the disconnect happens between the mother and father until the child's 18, that you've heard your mother talk about your father that way. You automatically, even if he comes and shows you a good time when he on his off days and comes and picks you up and stuff, you still hearing that. You still hearing that all the time. So as you get older, there's gonna be a level of like resentment that you may have, and some of that stuff just stuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it may take your father, if he ever does, to help you unlearn some of those things or provide the truth. A lot of the times you don't even go and tell the truth. You just live with whatever that story was that was told. They'll just live with it. They'll never really go and tell the truth about, nah, Mom Dukes was, I guarantee you there's stories that us as men sitting here right now know that, you know what I mean? Mom Dukes probably was shelled. It was some stuff that came along. Mom Dukes was probably shelled at a point. There's some stories out there that we just don't hear. And I mean, at the end of the
That's
day,
true.
like I say,
Well,
the nigga bought her $80,000 car. How old is she?
I
Do we
think
know?
he's 16.
16.
God damn.
So from reading the comments, what happened was the mama put him on child support, so he had the car repo.
That's rough.
And
man.
she got mad, like, cause she was like, "How you gonna have this car repoed or whatever?" Well, apparently, she knew about him going on child, like that. The mama had did it and didn't tell him it either. So he was. I
She's
think that was part
16
of. Yeah,
though.
she's 16. I'm like, that's not on her responsibility, for her
Yeah.
to tell you. But pretty much, she got hot with him for I think she got hot with him for taking the car away. Then she was saying like he don't even know her favorite color and stuff. Like you bought this car and you don't even know my favorite color and all this other stuff. You don't even know nothing about me. Like you just like
She's 16, bro.
yeah.
That is rough though for you to you pretty much take the car back from your child because their mother put you on child support.
Depends.
That is rough though. You got, I mean, in the eyes of the child, like at
Well, that's-
16, you don't
that's
know
a
the
little different.
repercussions of that.
Cause I'm like, think about how much child support is, and I just bought you an $80,000 car, and your mama come put me on child support,
No, I can.
and I'm taking care of you for the most part.
Yeah, but that's
Nah,
tough on
well,
the kid,
well,
though.
if
The
I
That's
got-
kid,
tough.
though.
That's what I'm
That
saying.
is
It's tough.
But say like he got to pay $100,000 for child support. Take that $100,000 and doggone buy her a car then.
I don't know. I
It's
just
child
think,
support.
But
No.
that daughter ain't gonna get mad at the mom, though.
Yeah, she ain't gonna get mad at the mom.
Yeah,
She
so
ain't
you
gonna
gonna
see.
have to
She ain't gonna
hold
even
that.
see it. I mean, like she's more than likely never gonna see it from his perspective. Like
yeah,
until
that's
she
rough.
gets mad at her mama one day, she might be on her daddy's side. Some she's
Yeah,
never.
they
gonna
about
see
need
it from his
to
perspective.
abolish child support, bro. You know the Supreme Court found it as unconstitutional. This was about a month ago.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it was about a month ago. Maybe a little longer. My sense of time be kind of fucked up.
The Supreme Court found it unconstitutional.
Yeah,
I had to look it up.
Wow, didn't know that.
yeah,
I think it needs to be. I think it needs some reconfiguration, maybe.
yeah.
Cause I ain't gonna say it necessarily needs to be gone. Like, I do think it needs to be the way that it works needs to be.
And
set
I'm not
different
going to even
way.
say the child support. I think that it's the I've seen where the idea of the aid from, and this is more lower hanging fruit scenario too as well. And I'll just go ahead and preference it by saying that is that I've seen where there can be and it's the power dynamic. And as a matter of fact, I'm not going to even go too far into that. But there comes that a power dynamic that comes with children that mothers have over men, and that's one of the worst things. I think that's one of the worst things as a man to have to go through. As a man to have to go through something that's, you know what I mean, that involving your children. And did you see it? What
I
did it say?
didn't see any specific documents. This is from CA Child Support Education.com. Kind of the first thing that you see, and it says child support is unconstitutional because it violates the separation of power required by the state and U.S. Constitution. Section 1, Division of Powers. The powers of the government shall be divided into three distinct departments: legislative, executive, and judicial. But it's not like
It
going
is to go in
into
depth
any-
about it. Yeah. And I'm glad you pulled it up because I don't the fact check. I love a fact check because if I'm wrong,
Yeah, I just never heard. I didn't hear it, so I was
Yeah,
hoping
yeah,
it was going to expand so I could have like
Yeah,
an opinion.
Well, I
look
think
it
they
up
just
some
say
more.
it's
I'll look
not
it up some more.
protected by the Constitution, which means the states can do whatever they want.
Oh,
But yeah, you know something else I heard that the child support or the state gets 66 cents for every dollar that the person on child support pays, and so that's their incentive to. That's like the reason why you'll see that like the
so
mom
they get
doesn't.
over half of it.
No, they get so the state makes 66 cents for every dollar, off of not off of every dollar, but every dollar that. So we know the federal government gives the state the funds to be able to let's say how you would say, to fund the system itself. So, and this is a black lady. I don't know the black lady's name on TikTok, but she's supposed to be like a child support lawyer or something like that. She's working on getting some things done. I don't know her name. Well, I could find it, but it's not that important. right now. But yeah, she was saying that the state makes 66 cents on every dollar. And that's the reason why they're so forceful with it. Like, so they'll file stuff and they'll tell you that it's been the time period for you to ask for an increase is up. So if he's changed jobs, you can go ahead and go to court and get more money. So like and even the attorneys in the court, I remember old head told me, telling me the story. My mom was dropping child support on my pops. She actually asked us because it was to the point to where he would get locked up. And so she asked me and my sister, do y'all want to keep pushing for the money, or do y'all want to drop it because the result would be him going to jail or whatever. And so of course we said we would rather drop it. And his my other brother and sister from another mother, they didn't. So they ended up clearing his whole stock account out.
Jeez.
But he told me he had went to the courthouse. He ended up sitting down for like for 24 to 48 hours because he called the child support lady a bitch because she was trying to convince my mama, you sure you don't want to take this? You sure you don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, and he's sitting there watching her trying to convince my mom to you know what I mean, to doing them in. And yeah, he called her a bitch and he had to do 24 hours. He said he proud of it to this day. He'll still do them 24 over again.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
Let's see what else we got, man. This from Raider.
Oh shit. Ain't no telling.
Let's see.
Data say. Well, Harvard professor, here's the
that's it.
truth about diversity in 60 seconds. First, what does the data say? Well, Harvard professor Robert Putnam conducted the largest study ever done on the topic, and here's what he found.
The greater the diversity in a community, the fewer people vote and the less they volunteer, the less they give to charity and work on community projects. In the most diverse communities, neighbors trust one another about half as much as they do in the most homogeneous settings.
Now, we really don't even need a study to see this. For example, the most diverse city in the world, Miami, has the lowest volunteering rates in America, and the least diverse states have the highest volunteering rates. And corporations are well aware that diversity prevents cohesion. Leaked documents from Amazon reveal that workforces with the most diversity are the least likely to form unions. So, in other words, high diversity protects corporate profits, and the corporations know this. So it seems like all diversity really does is help the people in power divide and conquer. So is that why they push for diversity so much?
Holy shit. All right. Yeah, I recently was thinking, maybe it was today or maybe it was yesterday. Kind of like this draws into it, where I was thinking about like the conservative and the liberal movements, right? And like kind of like their end goals, where to me, like the liberal, like we can kind of like see the liberal agenda play out a lot, in the sense of like there's like a lot of like the push for LGBTQ and stuff like that. The push for women's like rights, sometimes like the overreach and different shit. Like the feminist movement that kind of like parallels with a lot of all that shit. And like we can critique that, and we often do. With the right or like the conservative movement, like more and more it seems like the other perspective, like that outside movement is like pushing to make racism cool again or like acceptable in the public. Like it's like such a weird thing that I'm almost like consistently seeing, and I'm seeing like the attachment of almost blatant racism being pushed to the forefront when it comes down to like, oh no, discrimination's cool. It's all right. It's I can go down a bunch of different little rabbit holes of like different things that I'm starting to see like soft openings for. That is masked behind. We just gonna talk straight and say the world how it is. And yeah, I don't know. Like it's kind of like crazy. That's why I like almost find myself being like super centrist more times than not, because of like I don't know. It just seems like both sides are pushing for like wild agendas. But Real, what you think? You posted this. What you take?
Oh yeah, I just thought it was crazy. I had never even thought about what the especially like saying that the and it make because like if you think about it, the more diverse your neighborhood is, the less you talk to your neighbors. Like if your neighbors on both sides are white, you're less likely to speak with anyone. You know what I mean? If that's what you're less like if you have an all black community, you would see that the black people they actually speak and they know each other in the community and we have relationships with each other. So when he said that, I was like, oh shit, I never thought about that. And I'm not saying that it's the right answer to let's just have everybody in. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that, but when I don't just saying something because I agree or disagree with it.
Oh,
It's
that's
really
what- I'm
just
just
because it was
asking.
just like, wow, I never thought about that. And then when he broke it down to the unions, the more diverse the population of workers is, or the less likely they are to fight for union. It was like, damn, how did that even? I don't even understand the correlation between it. And it's like, is it that because we don't communicate, is it that the more diverse the community is that we separate ourselves from one another? Is that something else that's going on? You know what I mean? With this idea, is that another reason why we're so self-centered? Because we've detracted ourselves from each other based on the fact that everybody's just in the
Our
melting
natural-
pot.
But
It's-
you also know, like the easiest way to make a racist not racist is have them come in consistent contact with,
With
like
the opposite, yeah,
with the
with other
opposite. Which
people.
you
Yeah,
brought
yeah,
up.
yeah. No, and I get that too.
Which is also like, so the solution or the medicine is saying let's become tribal again. Let's isolate so then we can allow our predisposition, I guess maybe that'd be word. Like our early perspectives on people to kind of stay, the stereotypes to stay, and isolate, and then to me it just sounds crazy. And I took this like between right wing, left wing, because homeboy that posted, like, he's super, like, he's a black conservative. That
Come on, this dude.
yeah, the
Officer Tate.
Officer Tate. Yeah.
Tatum.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
don't know
like
who
that's
that
that's
is.
like like he's super right wing. Like he probably like a little bit further than Candace be.
Mm.
But yeah, like even with affirmative action, in which I think we articulated like a decent amount of the scope of affirmative action.
Mm-hmm.
But what you also see is the affirmative action talk. No matter how you feel about it, you also seen the people that's like in that that's just like a little bit further out, that's using that as almost a racial talking point.
When you say a little bit further out, what do you mean?
So I think that each side has the reasonable people.
Mm-hmm.
That's like you can argue affirmative action inside a realistic way.
Got you. I see what you're saying.
But the people
further out,
that
more
are further
extreme.
out, yeah, extreme. Like exact, like to the extent of white people saying what, like pointing at affirmative action and schooling and how this is going to affect black people, where truthfully it's going to affect everybody besides for Asians and fucking like the Indians. Like those are the ones that test the best. But because of your ignorance, you're now able to spout unfactual shit that's going to affect you just as much as it's going to affect the black man. Like, and so now, like, it's just giving you an opportunity to kind of show some of your prejudice or your true colors.
I see.
My thoughts on it is,
I didn't think about Johnny, but Johnny is okay. Go ahead. My bad. This is gonna be a good.
well, nah,
piece
because I think there is some validity in the fact that, like, I mean, I don't think it's diversity that makes, that it makes us weaker, but I think it's on the left where the diversity of thought, and there's so many different movements, and everybody's got their little cause to where it's just everybody's in these little cliques, and individually, and those cliques as a whole don't have the same powers if everybody was on like one group. And when one group, if they vote the same, they think the same, you have a lot more political power.
Right.
And so I can see where, like, diversity in that sense, hurts, because everything is splintered. There's no direction.
And the same
There's no
thing with-
direction to where the movement is going. It's going in 1,000 different directions at once. That's not effective, progress at all.
So then all black people should just vote Democrat then. So then it's like a
No, that's
siloed
not
out
it. No, that's not what he said.
Oh, okay, my bad. I went out and went in. Go ahead. Say
No,
it
that's
again.
not what he said.
Because it sounded like you were saying that it's everybody, like, it's easier to not make progress because of, like, it's a bunch of different perspectives and thoughts, to where, like, everybody's kind of like going their own different ways. In which, if everybody was concentrated or quote unquote a monolith, it'd be easier to make progress. That's not what you just said.
But you said vote Democrat. Now, son,
Yeah, I
that's
don't
not what he
think it's-
said.
Oh no,
I don't think
but
it
my
comes
point is
To
that,
vote
like,
the same way, and not just Democrat specifically. You saying you think that?
yes.
Okay, yeah.
So
gotcha.
in essence, what we do right now as black people, we do vote in a monolith, and we're actually pushing back against that. And so I was pointing out how, like, you saying that goes against like one of the things we tend to kind of talk about on this show, where because we do vote as a monolith, like the black community, but that shit actually isn't beneficial for us.
Well, the voting, yes, because we do vote in the block, but the direction of said thing we're voting for isn't the direction that I think we
I
should be
think that
going as
people
a
like we
whole.
gotta eventually, hopefully, we can get to a point where people vote their values
Agreed.
and like not along a racial line.
Exactly.
And that's more or less like to me the answer to the thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. I think what it is, even with this conversation, and I'm trying to see if I can word this right. I was trying to think of this the whole time, but I think we're being
I
so
agree with that.
diversity, but it's actual like or we're being so prejudiced and rigidness under the name diversity. I don't think we're actually seeing what's real diversity. For one, you can't decide diverse just based off of a people's color. Like that's one thing. Like you just sit there and put people in a color and you say, hey, this diverse. That's not accounting for the mentality and everything like that. That's not really.
Your values, vote your values.
Yeah, cause
Yeah.
and I've
Or
actually
probably vote your
I've,
socioeconomic level. That's
I've
probably the best thing.
I've actually been in an environment, and I think a lot of what we see these companies they'll talk diversity and inclusion, and they'll push this thing the whole time. The whole time you can go on one floor and see where the black people are. You can go on the next floor and see where the Indians are. You can see where the white people are. You can see that they don't have lunches at the same time. You know what I mean? You can literally, and you can say diversity and inclusion. It's all on the walls and the halls and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
And you're literally it's just a sound good thing. We're gonna make you feel good because you see other people, but you don't even have a chance to interact with these people. Everybody's gonna, and like you said, everybody, even though we're all here, we're all just in these different sets. We still clicked up. We just can look at each other clicked up.
See
Yeah.
them over there.
And I guess my last piece to that statement of what the meme was, I think at some point we gotta let the experiment play itself out. Where by that meaning, if the experiment is of integration, and now we're actually getting to a space as Black people to where we are inside like these diverse communities. First generation is probably not going to be the best because we all are naturally isolated. We grew up around like Black people, or they grew up around white people, X Y Z. And so, like, it's not going to be just something that's fluidly going to happen. What you will end up seeing is probably that next generation, those kids that grew up together, and went to school together and rode the bus together. Those would be the ones that would be a lot more that like they would talk a lot more. They'll be a lot less isolated when it comes down to whatchamacallit. But you know what I mean?
I could see that though. They expect a lot of experiment to go further down to see what the actual results will be over the generations.
'cause we already
our
conditioned.
generation we still feel like me. I go to a place where there's just a whole bunch of white people. I feel like if I go through a town, I'm going out of town. I drive through a town. I'm not stopping to get gas here, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and keep, you know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it trucking to the next joint just because I just don't feel right around. You know what I mean? I don't feel right, so I feel
Because
more
we
comfortable.
grew up in
Exactly.
homogenous neighborhoods.
So then like my nieces or my brother's children, you know what I mean, like 16 and 18 now, they actually are very, it doesn't matter as much to them. But there's also they're also probably a smaller part of the population that get to live that experience that they're having as well. Whereas you still have these areas and these schools that are just predominantly Black where they're not getting that. You know what I mean? So it's still gonna be a level of the experiment continuing for the next. There's gonna be some generations down the line, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think that race stuff is holding all of us back, and I ain't just talking about Black people. I'm talking about in general the attachment to these colors, and we keep talking about that stuff. What does it matter? I'm like, why do you think like?
Well, it does matter when
Well,
it matters.
I was about to
this,
say.
this is what I'm saying though. What ultimately, we pretty much have the same things going on within our households. That's what I'm saying. Like, it pretty much the same things are going on in the Indian household that go on in a Black household, that go on in a white household. People is trying to live. That's why they're able to make TV shows and everybody's able to watch all these TV shows the same and relate to stuff because everybody's going through the same shit. But we keep talking about color and race and all of that stuff. And that's pretty much, especially Black people, I think it's holding us back because we're attached to being Black and they ain't even really a nationality. Like, but I mean, that's what I'm at with that.
We could debate that one for a second,
we could
but how much time we got?
I say
I mean,
probably
yeah,
about that
probably-
time.
We
Yeah, it's about
almost
that
there.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not OD on. I think let's not OD on it because we can go on that one for another.
Yeah, about to
thing.
say we could.
We come back to that.
So
I would
I
like.
might
to break,
have I might
we
have a
should break
question
down
for
that
the
conversation.
might have a question for this week by Quinn about race. Here we go.
Hey, I think it's a good thing to break down because we actually have, to be fair, we known for having full, to be fair conversations without.
All right, so episode what we on 4?
Yeah.
We'll tap back in on it.
Yeah, I think that's good.
All right. Well, it seems as though this has been the pre-show. I checked the chat. Mother said appreciate the shout out for 60th.
Oh yeah. No
Again,
problem.
love you, ma. Appreciate you watching. Tap
Definitely.
it into the live. Yeah, shit. We got episode 4 pulling up. We got a special guest coming very, very soon. For y'all to tap into as well. Probably a few special guests. Just stay tuned on the channel. It's Q
It's your boy Johnny P.
Oh, here real
and F it. We'll do it live.
every time.